Shalom, family. Shalom. This is Grammy Yah. You guys, look at this. I was blessed with so many carrots. Yes. And another pack down there, but I don't know if I'm going to get around to canning all of it today. But I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. I am going to do a sweet carrot. You know, these carrots are going to taste like candied yams. Yes, I'm going to use everything that I use to make candied yams. And these are going to be the best tasting carrots that you've ever tasted. And if you have a child that don't like carrots, I guarantee they will like these carrots. So I'm not going to open all of them because I don't want to be overwhelmed, okay? So I'm just throwing them in the water. I have, I'm going to hold this one out because I think this is enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rinse them in the water, and then I'm going to peel them. Let me get my peeler so I can show you how to peel them. This is one of the best peelers, but I don't think Amazon sells it anymore. So what you do, just go through and just take the skin off. That's it. Just take the skin off. All righty? Peeling's going everywhere. And voila. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to bring you back to show you how I cut them up to get ready to go in the canner. I finally got all these carrots peeled. So I'm going to use my cutter. And let me show you the sizes that I'm looking for. All right? And this is going to save me a little time. Instead of sitting here and cutting them. And you have to be careful because it will cut you. You will get cut. So I'm just going to take it down to about this much, and then I'll cut it off of the core. All right, I'm gonna cut it off the stem, and I'm gonna continue on using that. I'm just afraid that I may cut my hand. But this is so much quicker than cutting it with a knife. But if you don't have this, the knife will be your best bet. All right, so here we go again. See my sizes. All right, so I'm gonna get all these cut up, family, and I'll bring you back. I am finally finished cutting up carrots, you guys. So I did fill some jars up with carrots. And so now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to fill a couple of them up in front of you, but I'm not going to take it all the way up, okay? Because I want to be able to put the spices in there, and then I will layer it with more carrots. All right, I am working with pint-sized jars today. I have wide mouth and regular mouth. And look at all these. I'm going to need 2 canners. All right, so here we go. We're going to start out with some brown sugar. Carrots, you know, they vary in sweetness. So if this not enough, you can always add more sweetener once you open your jar. But I'm going to take a heaping tablespoon. All right. That was a heaping tablespoon of brown sugar. And you might be like, Grammy, that's a lot. You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm going to add, because it takes a lot. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of white sugar. And the reason why it looked like it's taking a lot, because I'm not using agave, and I ran out of agave. And with agave, the agave would sweeten it like perfectly. So now I got to make this blend to make it as sweet as agave. So what was that? How many teaspoons was that? Okay, that was a teaspoon for each jar. I'm doing 2 teaspoons of white sugar to each jar. But you can use honey, the pure maple syrup, date sugar, whatever you have to sweeten it. But start out with a little bit, and then once you put your liquid in, you can taste your liquid to see if it's sweet enough for you. Okay, so what I got? 2 heaping tablespoons of brown sugar. Brown sugar is really not that sweet. 2 teaspoons of white sugar. All right, we got that. We are going to add a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're also going to add a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Yes. And then we are going to add a half a teaspoon, let me find it, of lemon juice. Lemon juice helps the carrots to give it a nice flavor. It makes it pop. Uh-oh, that was a little bit too much, but that'll be okay. A half a teaspoon. Okay, let me pull some of this out. And I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. All these are halves, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tap the bottom. Just tap the bottom. And now I am going to continue on filling up my jar to a 1-inch headspace. All right? All right. So now what I'm going to do is the water is warm. It's not hot. So the water in my canner is going to be warm. Okay? Warm product, warm canner. And I'm going to have to debubble. But what I'm going to do is after I debubble, I will taste this liquid just to see if it's sweet enough. All right? And we don't know how sweet these carrots are going to turn out until they've been processed, because sugar gets released. So, and what I'm going to do is, let me debubble this one, because I'm going to use my debubbler to just put a little bit of the mixture in the palm of my hand just to taste it. All right, so I need to bring it back up to my 1-inch headspace. That's it. Okay, so I'm just going to stick my debubbler in there and just bring out just a little liquid to taste on my hand. And that's pretty good. If I need to add more sweetener to it, once the jar is open, I will do that. Let me get me a wet paper towel. I don't need vinegar because I didn't put anything greasy or anything like that into my jars. So just a wet paper towel should be able to clean off your rims. All right, don't clean off your rims and then go straight to that one without turning it over and finding you a clean spot. Okay? Turn it over, find a clean spot. If you want to use vinegar, if you feel comfortable with vinegar, you can use vinegar if you want to, but there's no need to because there's nothing greasy. All right, family? And just, there we go. So now I'm just going to put my lid on and my ring, fingertip tight. My lid and my ring, fingertip tight. And that's it. And these are supposed to mimic candied sweet potatoes. But like I said, if it's not sweet enough for you, once you open the jar, you can add more sugar, agave, honey, whatever you use to sweeten your food with. All right? So I know I'm going to need another canner because it's a lot. I haven't counted them yet. But here we go. I just got to show you again. They look so beautiful. So what I'll do at the end, I will open up a jar just to see if it's sweet enough for me. Let me clean up all this stuff and I'll come back with part 2, what I'm going to do with the rest of the carrots. Here is part 2. This part is just, I'm just canning carrots with a little salt. And the only thing you need to do is just throw your carrots into your jars. I'm still using pint-sized jars. Stuff them in there. Hit the bottom so they can move around. All right. I do another one. So easy. Just throw the carrots in. And this is called raw pack, you guys. Both of them, the candied carrots, that's also raw pack. And this is called raw pack as well because these carrots are raw. I did not cook these carrots. The canner is going to cook these carrots. So why even do that extra step, okay? So once you have your carrots in, the salt is totally optional. I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of salt for the simple fact that, let's say, I'm asking to fill this one up. Let's say if I'm not able to get to any seasonings, or if I have to eat my carrots right out of the jar, at least it will have a little flavor, okay? So, but the salt is not for any type of preservation. You don't need it to preserve it. They will preserve on its own. Yes. But I'm just going to add this half a teaspoon of salt just in case if I need to eat my carrots right out of the jar. Because you know what's going on. Let's say stuff pop off and you don't have no electricity. At least you can pop open a jar of carrots and it tastes like something, okay? And so the same with the other. This is warm water. My canner is going to have warm water in it, okay? This is so simple. So simple. Like I said, salt is optional. If you don't want salt, don't add salt. All right? And what I'm going to do is now, just going to debubble. We have to debubble. And we're bringing our water up to the 1-inch headspace. All righty? But I can't wait to try the candied carrots for you guys. I think they're going to be delicious. So there we go. We're just getting the air bubbles out of our jars. That's all we're doing when we debubble, okay? This last one. And this is so simple, you guys. And now I'm just going to take a wet paper towel. I will not be using vinegar. Let me make sure I'm still at my 1-inch headspace. Yeah. There's nothing greasy here, but I am wiping it just in case if some salt got on it. Because if that little grain of salt get underneath your lid, guess what? It will not seal. Alrighty? And now I'm just going to take my lids, fingertip tight. Fingertip tight. Fingertip tight. Voila. That's it. That is your jar of carrots. So I'll see you at the canner. We are back. I have 9 pint-sized jars of the candied carrots. The manufacturer said that I can add 10 pint-sized jars of my carrots in here. 10 pint-sized jars. I've never added 10 at the bottom, but I am going to try 10. All right. If they say 10, I guess they know what they're talking about. I just pray that they don't break. But anyway, I have 10 pint-sized jars here. I have a divider. The canner did not come with this divider. You buy this off of Amazon. I can leave the link to it because you don't want to stack your jars directly on top of your jars. So you need a divider. All right. I'm gonna put that divider in there. This is the one that I'm going to sample. I put an X on the top, you guys, so I'll know which one to sample. That's an old top. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 pint-sized jars of the regular mouth, but these are the wide mouth, so I can't do that many. The wide mouth. If I went with all wide mouth, I can only do 8. Okay. So here we go. I have a loaded canner. Matter of fact, let me take this out. I see another regular mouth. Okay. So I'll crank up another canner for that. All right, here I am. I got a full canner, you guys. Love it, love it, love it. The time it took for me to fill the jars up, debubble, all my water is warm. The jar water is warm, all right? Because we want to have all that the same. All right, so this is the most important thing is the top, you guys. You have to look through that little vent pipe right there to make sure you can see completely through it. Make sure that your rubber gasket is up in there snug. Make sure this button right here goes up and down. Hold this button right here and turn it away from you holding this. And make sure it doesn't turn, because if it's loose, your canner will not come up to pressure. Been there, done that. All right, I'm gonna put this lid on. Make sure this canner is in the middle of my eye. And I'm gonna crank it up to high. All right, so my canner is on high. Once this vent pipe right here starts to shoot steam steady for 10 minutes, I'll bring you back. Oh, wait a minute. Something I always forget. Vinegar. I have hard water. I put about 2 tablespoons of vinegar in there because I have hard water. And if you have hard water, by adding the vinegar, it will keep your jars from coming out cloudy. If you don't add the vinegar and you have hard water, the jars have a nice white little film on it, and then you have to scrub that off. So just throw some vinegar in there. All right, here we go. Close it up. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. If you are new, I'm working with a Presto 23 quart canner, okay? And there is a water line in there. And what I did was I made a little mark where the water line's supposed to be, So I use a Sharpie, right? And that Sharpie has been there for as long as I had my canner, right? So if you cannot find that line, you can always use 3 quart-size jars. Fill 3 quart-size jars up to the top, and that should give you enough water for your Presto 23 quart canner. This vent pipe has been shooting steam steady for 10 minutes. Put on my weight regulator. Now I need for my canner to come up to 10 pounds of pressure. For my elevation, I need 10 pounds of pressure. If you don't know your elevation, just Google it. You see that button right there? That right there popped up because it let my canner know that it is locked. I cannot open my canner if I wanted to. I have reached 10 pounds of pressure. I will dial my heat back just a tad because I was on high. I will now set my timer for 25 minutes. Yes, 25 minutes, because I am dealing with pint-sized jars, you guys. And after 25 minutes, I will turn my heat off, and I will wait for it to come down from pressure on its own. Once that button right there drops, it will let me know that my canner is safe to open. I have 2 canners here, and they've been sitting here for a good 30 minutes, all right? So I'm gonna take off the weight regulator. I'm gonna open this one first. Even though it's been 30 minutes, it is still full of steam, you guys. So I'm gonna lift it up away from me, and I'm gonna let it back down. Did you see all that steam? That is a lot of steam. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. I smell those candied carrots. All right, so this time I will lift it up away from me, and I'm gonna take it to the sink. Oh boy, it smells so good. Voila. They are so beautiful. So beautiful. This is the Candied Carrots. And this is the one that has the X on it. I will be opening that one. I'm gonna put it over there to the side. Voila, family. I wanted you to see all 29 of my carrots, you guys. Pint-sized carrots. I do believe I probably had about 20 pounds of carrots, all right? Here's the one that I said has an X on it. I was gonna try it in front of you guys. All right, they are still hot. And this is an old lid. Wow. And you can see it is bubbling. All right, here we go. It looks like all of them are sealing. I see a couple that haven't sealed yet. Here we go. This is really good, you guys. It does remind you of candied yams, but it is carrots. But if you wanted to, you could add a little bit more sweetener, or they may be just fine just like this. And look, 25 minutes, and you see how the size, and it's not mushy. They stayed intact. This is pretty good. You must try this. Thank you, guys. That is pretty good. Me personally, I would like it a little bit more sweeter. So what I'll do, I'll just add some more sugar because I am a sugar head. So, but they might be perfect for you. So look out for my crouton video following this, you guys. I made these croutons from the oven, not a dehydrator, even though I have a dehydrator, but I made them straight from the oven in about 12 to 13 minutes. So look for that video, okay? All right, you guys, if you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.